ever had a celebrity come to your work? How did they act? I'm not a waitress or server, but I used to work in the fast food industry for a while. I saw 6ix9ine in multiple times when I worked at McDonald's over a year ago. He always ordered a bunch of food and asked for free stuff which we refused. Once I was giving him his change back, it was $10, and he handed it back to me asking for a different $10 bill because it looked all ripped up. The other customers when they would come up to the drive-thru window would ask me if I just saw 6ix9ine in or make a comment about him. I'm not a huge fan, but I like one or two songs. We all acted like he was a regular person when he saw us. Does anyone have any experiences like that? Prince used to frequent a restaurant I worked at as a wait assistant in a Minneapolis suburb. He and his entourage would come in maybe 15 minutes before close and stay hours. Order a metric shit ton of food. He wouldn't talk to staff at all and was seated in the furthest darkest corner of the restaurant with a bodyguard always on his heels. But that guy tipped like the true king of rock and roll. Not a single employee ever complained when he came in. What I assume was his assistant would hand out $100 bills to all the staff helping at the end of the night on top of whatever he tipped that night. Great customer to have at the end of a shitty night. I've had multiple celebrities come into my old job, where I was a host, so my encounters with them were generally brief, as I did not serve them. Drew Barrymore was by far the nicest, most genuine person. I did not even recognize her at first, and we were a few moments away from closing the kitchen between lunch and dinner service, so I gave her the whole "you'll have to place your order quickly, you can stay as long as you'd like" rundown, and she was super understanding and kind about it. The server came over after and informed me who I just had sat. I worked in Vegas for 5 years and met tons, but honestly, a majority of them just wanted to be another guest. With few exceptions, they were all relaxed, polite, kind, and respectful. I treated them like I'd treat any stranger who sat in my section. Nicolas Cage is the biggest exception. Dude is real weird, but a good tipper at least. Chris Tucker used to come in at the tail end of a shift to the Houstons on Peachtree where I worked at in Atlanta for a few years. When that would happen, everybody was fucking pissed because, like Prince, he also had a crew with him and ordered a metric ton of food. But unlike Prince, he tipped 12%. Like a shitbag, and nobody else got a dime. Many other famous people would come in and tip really well though. Like Conan O'Brien gave everyone $100 via the manager. Like how awesome is that? Jay-Z and his entourage no bay unfortunately came into one of the places I worked years ago. I didn't serve them, but they asked for a bunch of wines, one about $10,000, and then flipped on the front waiter when she opened that bottle that they ordered. It ended up being okay, but was really weird. They didn't say they just wanted to see it or to bring it and wait. They ordered it normally and then got upset when she went to open and serve it to them. Poor girl had grabbed all the tools for a bottle like that and got verbally smashed for doing her job. I met Daryl Palumbo, lead singer of Glassjaw, at the restaurant I used to work at on the east end of Lee. I was a big fan and one of my coworkers outed me as such. He took a photo with me kissing my cheek. David Schwimmer is quiet. He would always come into our restaurant and sit with his back out to the floor, always facing the wall. One time he came in and sat at the bar. A customer walked by and muttered, "Is that Ross from Friends?" And he promptly got up and walked out.